Okay, so all I'm going to do right now is everywhere that there's a little valley, like right here, I'm going to poke that down. Then I'll skip to the next valley, poke down. And at this point it's getting pretty thin, so the whole piece might break. Thinner is kind of cool, but it's very difficult to achieve. And you know, it's really not even necessary. But let's see if I can thin this down, get a nice sharp edge all the way around. I'm actually going to start at the base. I'm going to start with these zigzags. The reason I do that is because most of the meat is still here. And also, if I drive flake scars this way, okay, do that first. Now I come in and go down the line. The new flake scars will cover up the ones going this way. Okay, so let me start at the base. Again, everywhere that there's one pointing down, pop it off. So pop, pop, pop. And so you see that that thinned and it took down all the ones that were pointing down this way. Now I come back through the other side and pop down, 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 get rid of all those little valleys. Holding it is sometimes the hardest thing to do. So when I'm doing the base, I kind of hold it like this. When I'm doing the sides, I hold it like this. And you really don't want to put too much pressure with a finger down here because it might snap the piece. Okay, so now my base is pretty thinned out, and I'm just going to repeat the thing everywhere there's a little point going down, I'll pop it off. Everywhere there's a point going up, I'll flip it over. Now it's pointing down, I'll pop that. So I'll do one more round around, and then we'll notch. Okay, we're in the home stretch, folks. Now the one thing I've done is I haven't worked the tip very much. You see how it's still fat and it's still got some of the surface on it? Because I want the tip to be really sharp, I do that very last. But my edges, you see my edge is a nice center line where I took every little delta down, took that off. Any little delta that was pointing up, I flipped it over and then poked that off. So now I've got a uniformly thin piece. The face has been completely removed, so there's none of the grinder marks from where this slab was basically cut with a tile saw. So now I want to do notches. So I'm just going to pick a spot like right here, okay? And then I'll hold this up. Pick a spot like right here, just completely arbitrary. Start by making a little downward C-shape flake scar come off. So all you're doing is just poking. Just poke it off. Okay, so let me see. You see that little, okay, so you see that little C shape? Now what I can do is switch to my horseshoe nail, a lot finer, and now I can get in there and keep trying to work the notch deeper without touching the two sides. So always try to keep it in the center, in the very center. Try to keep it in the center without touching those two sides. And you just flip back and forth, making that notch deeper and deeper. Okay, flip it over. You see the notch right there? And I'm pushing in and down. And then flip it over and keep doing that for as deep as you want, the notch to be. I don't like to go too crazy with them. My little friend's here kissing me. Here, you gotta see this. This is my little friend Pinky. Hi Pinky. This is a deer we raised. So you got that notch, and now you can repeat it on the other side, and you end up with an arrowhead that is sharp. You can make it as sharp as you want by continuing to come through and basically keep popping those little ups and downs off. And then I'm also carefully gonna work the tip, very carefully with the horseshoe nailer, to make sure that it's nice and sharp, comes to a needle point. I'll show you the finished product in just a minute. Lou, you're not helping. Okay, so here's the finished piece. It's not perfectly symmetrical. I kind of got distracted at the end, especially with the deer. But you see I've got it nice and thin. The face is completely cleared. I got some nice notches. This would probably be more like an lattice dart or a spearhead size. And I got a nice sharp point on there. So good luck flint knapping. If you have any requests, let me know.